Okie dokie, boys and girls, it is day 265 of bulking to 75 kilos with calisthenics only and trying to squat 75 kilos on one leg. Now, today is gonna be one hell of a session. I'm fucking nervous for this one, and I'll get into the contents in a minute, but I've been thinking about this training for just about a week now. I've just been nervous the entire time, ever since I knew I was gonna do it. And usually I'm like telling you guys as well, like, having fun in training is important, and, to keep consistency going, you have to have fun in your training. But every time I do these pistol squats, they don't feel good. It's not a comfortable exercise. There is no special pump feeling like, just doing isolation stuff, It's just fucking hard. And I never think, oh, this is fun while doing it, I always look up to it like, oh fuck, I have to do this, I like, it's something I dread to do, but at the same time I keep doing it. Now, why is that happening, If it's not fun, then why am I still doing it? Why am I staying consistent? And I think it is because, well, it's very fucking rewarding, Every time I don't want to do this, but every time I do it, and afterwards I'm like, holy fucking shit, I did it, and I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it, or, maybe I failed to work out, maybe I didn't do what I set out to do, but I gave it my all, and I'm like, well, shit, you know that this is where my limit is at the moment. That's good to know. So it's it's not so much fun, but it's very rewarding. And I guess, the training being rewarding is part of the fun. If you do training and it's like this feel good movement, and you're having fun during the training, but it's training that you're going to be able to do, it's training that's not challenging for you, then there is no rewarding feeling at the end. Training is supposed to be a little bit hard, and that's why it's rewarding. And the rewarding feeling is what's fun. Because as much as I sometimes dread doing these pistol squats workout, as much as I don't have fun, it will be way less fun if I don't do them, and afterwards, have to go to bed and think to myself, well, what if I actually try today? What would happen? Like, that's remain, like, if you don't try your best in your workout, that question is going to remain in your head, and that's a way less fun experience than just doing the fucking hard things and squatting, the life out of your body. So I guess, fun is important, but rewarding training is part of the fun. Doing rewarding shit is part of the fun. And it might not feel fun at all times, but, when you look back at things, when you look back on your trainings on the past couple of weeks, you will realize that in the total picture, reward, like the rewarding training is part of it, That's why you keep doing it. That's why you keep staying consistent. So today, what the hell is this workout gonna be? Why am I yapping so much? Today's workout is gonna be 10 sets of 4 squats with 44 kilos. Now, at the moment in my PR book, I have a PR registered with 46 kilos, where my PR is 2 reps for 2 sets. And I've been building up with 44 kilos. Last time I did 5 sets with 4 reps, and that's 20 reps. So today it's gonna be double. It's gonna be insanely hard. Every set feels fucking hard. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but there's this big feeling in my head, or this thought in my head, like, this is fucking impossible. Don't even start, And there's this little voice that's telling me, like, maybe it's possible, And if you can do it, you're good on your, you're well on your way to squat like at least 60 kilos in the pistol squat, So that's that's what I'm setting out to do today. 10 sets. It's on each leg, so I'm gonna do 1 set every 2 minutes. 1 set on the left, then the other 2 minutes on the right. I'm gonna repeat that for 40 minutes and see what happens. Let's go. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? What the fuck is... Time out. Okay, so this is very fucking unexpected. Like, my right leg is weaker than my left leg for some reason, and things are just not feeling as they should. There is no power in my leg for some reason. I'm supposed to be strong today, you know? Like, last time I did less weight on purpose so that I could do more today. I don't know what the fuck is going on. And, you know, last time I had a big failure like this, there was a clear explanation. I was doing 10 kilometers of running a day. Of course I'm gonna be fucking weak, but I've been consistent, right? I've been consistently running 5 kilometers instead. You know, the bare minimum. I've basically tapered into this workout. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Today, 10 sets of 44 kilo squats are not happening. It's not happening. That's something I just have to accept right now. But just like an injury, you know, when things are going to shit, you can think in two ways. You can think like, oh fuck, this sucks. The end. Or, you know, you can think to yourself, well, this fucking sucks, but what can I still do? And that's what I have to do today. I mean, I came to squat high volume. I'm gonna squat high volume. I'm gonna lower the weight, I think to like 28 kilos, and probably do sets of 6 and just try to aim for 10 sets that way. Just like lowering the weight will make the squat feel better. I think that's what I need right now. But you know, I've mentioned this before. You know, in training, there are so many methods, so many variables, so many things you can do, you know, so you throw something at the wall, and if it sticks, if it works, you keep doing it, you know. If you have a recipe for a cake and the cake tastes great, then you keep making the cake, but at some point you're gonna have to change something. I think, yeah, at this point, I have to change something. But I don't know what yet, but I just know that today I came to squat in high volume because it fucking sucks and it's hard and I want a rewarding feeling. So I'm gonna do that, you know. What can I still do? I can still squat volume with a lower weight. Tonight, I'm gonna either be in bed thinking, wow, that workout sucked, or I'm gonna be thinking, wow, that workout sucked, but I did it anyway, and I found out what I could do instead. I went for plan B, and I fucking did what I could, you know. And that's the feeling I wanna have tonight. So, man, this fucking sucks, but sometimes things just suck, you know. Imagine if nothing in your workout sucked. If everything went great, you wouldn't be doing it because then there wouldn't be, you know, any excitement to it. So, yeah, let's get back to squatting, you know. I'm gonna reset the fucking timer so that I have 10 sets for every leg again, but I'm gonna lower the weight and do some more reps. Fucking hell. Fuck. Alright. 3 sets left. On these last 4, I'm doing 7 reps, you know. With 6 reps, I'm pretty sure I would just be able to do 10 sets, no problem. With 7 sets, it becomes a bit vague, a bit 50-50, which is what I want, you know. Plan A didn't succeed, but I can still give my all to plan B. Fuck. All right. That's not not it for for today's training. Holy shit, I can't speak. This is not it for today's training. Because my original plan for the training today was, of course, 10 sets of 4 squats with 44 kilos. And while I failed that was just one part of the training. My second plan for today was to afterwards do 2 sets of alternating bodyweight pistol squats to the max, every 2 seconds 1 squat, which is still something I can do completely fine, you know. So I'm gonna fucking do it. And you know what? I'm kind of proud of myself because I'm pretty sure even, during this bulk, that in the past when things didn't go to plan, I would be like telling you guys, oh well, bad luck, tough luck, I'll do better next time. And today I've grown out of it. I didn't say, oh, tough luck, let's just fucking, go downstairs and have some breakfast. No. I fucking did 10 sets of squats. In between, I was like, well, I can make this harder, and I did. And now I'm just gonna continue with the second part of the workout. And even though, it's not the original plan, I'm quite fucking happy with it, So, oh boy. I feel like yapping right now, but I'm gonna finish the training first. 2 sets of bodyweight squats to the limit, because 1 set would be the easy way out, and I don't want to take that route. So 2 sets to the max, and then afterwards we can discuss, have a bit of a chit chat, if you know what I'm saying. So let's go. Oh fuck. 4 minutes of rest, and then the last set. Okie dokie, so that's it for today's workout, and I wasn't even able to do a lot of bodyweight squats anymore, but to me that just means that I gave it my all during the main part, In the main part, of course, it didn't go to plan. I mean, quite the opposite, I wasn't even able to get 1 set on each leg. That's like, how the fuck does it happen? It's something for me to think about in the future, but anyway, right now, what I'm thinking is, well, let's say today things did go to plan, I got 10 sets, very happy, eating a steak at night as a bit of a reward. And then I would go to bed and I would think to myself, well, what the fuck am I actually capable of, am I setting my goals too low? So, of course, I would be fucking stoked if I did the 10 squats today. I'm not saying that I would be sad, but, I'm saying that in order to feel satisfaction in your training, in order to feel reward from your training, you're only gonna feel this immense feeling of reward and satisfaction if your training is actually hard. And in order to know if your training is hard enough, you have to fail every now and then. And tonight, perhaps, yes, I'm fucking frustrated that, like, how the hell do I fail on the first set? I don't even know. Like I said, I have to think about it. But, tonight, I won't be wondering if I'm setting my goals too low or not, Yes, it's fucking frustrated that I didn't do it, and I'll be probably thinking about it, but I'll also be thinking about, holy shit, I didn't just call it quits and went downstairs for breakfast, I didn't do that. Instead, what I did is, I was able to adapt, improvise, adapt, overcome, the fucking meme. I was able to adapt and still do a very hard workout, challenge myself, and I was able to find out what I do during times of adversity, Sometimes, I think a lot of people, I wondered this myself in the past as well. In the past, I would always wonder, oh fuck, if I ever faced something hard, something difficult, I wonder what I would do, And the only way you're gonna find out what you would do is to go actually in there and do it. And these situations where you expect to do, like you expect something from yourself, and then you fail, the unexpected failures, the unexpected setbacks, those are the perfect times to find out what you're made of. Those are the perfect times to find out what you would do during a setback. Because if you expect to fail, you're mentally prepared for it, you know? You're mentally prepared to fail, to have a backup plan. Today, I kind of didn't have a backup plan. I was just saying to myself, I'm gonna squat for 10 sets for 4 reps with 44 kilos, and that was all that was on my mind. Even on the first set on the left leg, I failed. I got back up and I did it because I thought, well, it's just a slip up, you know. I'm gonna do 10 sets anyway. And then from there is the unexpected setback. And then you have to think, then you're in the adverse situation. Then, you know, plan A failed officially, unexpectedly. What are you gonna do now? You know, the only way you're gonna answer the question of what you would do in such a situation is to get yourself in that situation by having these goals where you truly don't know, you know. You have a chance, you have a shot, but you also don't know if you're gonna make it, right? Something that, you know, there's this slight percentage that you're gonna succeed, but also this big chance that you're gonna fail. But you go in there expecting yourself to succeed, and then you fail anyway. What are you gonna do? That's a blessing in itself, you know. That's a good opportunity to learn, because tonight, yes, I'll be wondering how the fuck am I gonna get to a 75 kilo pistol squat. I have no clue, right? There's 2 months and a bit left in the bulk, like probably, right? Like probably in 2 months and a bit, I'll be calling it quits. But you know, yes, I'm wondering how the fuck am I gonna get to 75 kilo pistol squat. But what I won't be wondering is tonight, well, if things don't go to plan, how will I act? Will I act to a standard that I can be satisfied with? The answer today is yes, you know. That the workout I did instead was not easy at all. It was fucking difficult, right? My legs are dead beat tired. And, you know, perhaps it's not, you know, I'm not doing, or I didn't succeed in plan A. I didn't succeed in getting stronger, like in getting towards the 75 kilo pistol squat, or like to build up the base, you know, whatever I was doing, it's not working anymore. I have to change things up. Things are going to shit. At the same time, I know that when things are going to shit, at least I'm able to, you know, keep a positive mindset in kind of a way, you know. And yeah, that makes me satisfied. That makes me, you know, that makes this training rewarding. That's what makes it fun, you know. It's not fun that I fail today, but it's fun that I know what I'm capable of when things don't go to plan. If that makes sense, you know. And I think a lot of people are struggling with things like that, you know, but it's all a fucking mindset, you know. It's all, everything is decided by the way you think about it, you know. If today I look at this failure and I'm like, well, fuck, you know, I guess it's not gonna happen, well, then it's not gonna happen. Then tomorrow I don't train, and that's the end of it. But you know, if you can look at what you are able to do today, I wasn't able to do plan A, but I was still able to look at the things that I was able to do and use it as an opportunity to actually fucking do them, right? And get myself on the right track, on the new track that I have to follow to achieve my goals anyway. So that's it for today's training. Tomorrow is gonna be hamstrings. I'll see you then. Now I'm gonna have a shower and some breakfast. Whew. Oh boy. Yep, that feels quite right.